It really doesn't matter what strategies you trade. Right now, this approach is delivering more and more results every day. It's not in our best interest to share this with a large audience. They also understand that you're hunting, traders are after their money.
Narek Grigoryan.
Hello everyone, friends. My name is Narek. I've been in trading for over 11 years. And in this video, I'd like to talk about the following topic. What tools and approaches you should use to optimize your growth as a trader and achieve the best possible results from trading in 2026. As you know, trading is a highly competitive environment where you constantly have to adapt. That is, while the fundamental principles of trading don't change globally every year as the number of different instruments grows and the number of traders, manual, professional, non-professional, casual, increases, these approaches need to be adjusted. You need to slightly adapt your strategy in order to always stay afloat. And in this particular video, we will examine what I believe is the primary area for improving your overall trading performance that most traders often overlook. With the significant advancement of modern technology and sophisticated trading platforms, traders now have many more extensive opportunities to observe and track various different exchanges. For example, let's consider approximately 4 years ago when the primary exchanges people actively traded on were the prominent Moscow exchange or simply the well-known Binance. Back then you had say 50 coins moving or a slightly smaller number of instruments on the Moscow exchange, and you would just put them up on your monitor and watch them with your team. Now the number of instruments and exchanges has become much greater. Roughly speaking, I can count anywhere from 20 to 30,000 instruments. For example, if we take Metascalp right now, at the time of recording this video, Metascalp supports 14 exchanges. Maybe by the time you watch this, there will be even more exchanges available. That is, each of these exchanges has thousands of instruments, thousands of derivative instruments. And physically using the method we used before, just putting them up, watching and looking for situations, doesn't work anymore. I want to draw your attention specifically to the fact that trading is now entering a phase where what matters much more is not the strategies you trade, but the screeners, the research you conduct, the screeners you use. Let me explain. I've always advocated and been a proponent of the idea that it doesn't really matter what strategies you trade. What's much more important is which instruments you trade them on. And now this approach is yielding more and more results with each passing day. People who have adapted, who are open to new things, people who constantly move to new exchanges are the ones who scoop up the first cream when there is no competition yet, when the market makers haven't been fine-tuned. These are the kinds of people, and this is the kind of approach that is the most optimal and rational. So right now, the ones making the most money every day are not the traders who have mastered a single instrument, who know all the market makers on Bitcoin inside and out, but rather the people who know how to do proper research. What tools should you use? There are a lot of free screeners available online. Of course, there are also paid ones, but if you're a beginner, you can use the free screeners. We have a free screener built into Metascalp and also built into MetaBroker. You can utilize these powerful screeners completely free of charge until you genuinely feel the compelling need to meticulously build your own comprehensive infrastructure, or alternatively find specific and profitable trades that perfectly suit your personal investment strategy. And this brings us to the second tip. If you're already making money from the market, don't be stingy. Hire a programmer to develop a screener tailored specifically for you. Because these highly specialized and uniquely developed screeners will never ever be made publicly available for general use. That's primarily because in certain very specific and often quite narrow niches, market liquidity is always inherently limited and constrained. And developers like, well, the Metascalp and MetaBroker development teams, we will never implement such narrow topics because we understand that, for example, the liquidity there is only about $500,000. And making this available to a large audience so that this niche would basically die out is not in our own interest. That's why, as I see it, the optimal path is this. First, you use free screeners, find your entry points, trade, and then you hire a developer. Well, basically, you need a full-stack mid-level developer who will write for you, or maybe not even mid-level, maybe even someone who can write Dune queries depending on your needs. So that's anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500 or $2,000 a month for a developer. And the third important point I'd like to emphasize is that the current market meta is already shifting in such a way that you need to look not just at one liquid exchange where the instrument is traded, not just the most liquid one, but at all exchanges you have access to. Because the people who are, say, laundering money through the exchange or doing some kind of manipulations, they also understand that you're hunting. Traders are hunting for their money. and they are constantly improving their mechanisms. And right now, the market meta is such that very often a person enters on one exchange, manipulates on another, and closes out on a completely different one, or sometimes closes on the very first exchange. So you need to monitor several exchanges in order to get the full picture, because on a single exchange, you might just see some kind of anomaly. But when you turn on another exchange, you can see why that anomaly happened. For example, someone might perform some manipulation, let's say on BitGet, they do something on the spot market so that their order book depth gets eaten up on Bybit. Then they push the price and close their position themselves. In other words, they pulled off a manipulation. Take this as a rule. If an instrument is in play, if you want to trade that instrument, you need to watch all the exchanges, both spot and futures. And only by doing this will you be able to get the full picture. To sum up this video, here are 3 main points you should pay attention to if you want to become a profitable trader right now. First, learn how to do thorough research and search well. Searching is much more important than your strategy. Second, learn to identify your own entry points and write your own screeners. And third, monitor the instrument across all exchanges at the same time. That's all for now, friends. Stick to these principles, and I'm sure you'll feel as comfortable as possible in the new, ever-changing market environment. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss new videos. Thank you for watching. Wishing everyone successful trading. See you in the order book.
Narek Grigoryan.